This is the Meze 109, one of the most, if not the most beautiful headphones ever made, and it's been here with me for about 20 days as my main headphone. And the interesting thing is that before Meze 109 as my main headphone, I had the Meze 105, so we can and we will compare both, and I will help you decide if you should stick with 105 and if it's worth the upgrade to 109. And I even dare to say that 105 is better in many occasions and for many people, even if you just consider the price. So as always, we'll talk about the construction, the comfort, the sound signature, the overall technical performance of the sound signature, comparisons with other headphones of the same price bracket and with Meze 105, so you can decide if you should buy a Meze 109 and how does it stack up 2 years later. As always, let's begin with the construction, and I see you guys there at the table. First things first, the box. Amazing box, a lot of attention to detail, very heavy and sturdy box, very luxurious. This is something that I expect for a headphone of $800. Inside the box you got a case, let's talk about the case later, and a little brochure. The brochure is interesting because it says everything about the driver, about the construction, about the wood. Now let's get the case and talk about it. The case is very sturdy, very well made, a vegan leather case, a lot of attention to detail. For example, the way the zipper closes the lines right here, and inside the case you got, of course, the headphone and the other accessories. Black vegan leather pouch too. It will peel off, sadly, because it's a vegan leather. Meze audio right here, and you got 2 sets of cables. A very long 3 meters cable and a shorter 1.5 meter cable, which is the one that I use the most. Let's take a look at this cable. I have nothing to complain about this cable. It's not as luxurious as something braided, for example, but the connectors are very well made and it doesn't tangle, doesn't has any kind of memory. I had no trouble with this cable. I had some feedbacks about the cable. I don't remember exactly who said it, but I saw on YouTube that the guy was talking about how the cable was shitty and the sound signature was getting very bright because of this cable. So I have a lot of other cables right here with me in my house. I tried all of them on the Meze 109 and the sound signature didn't change at all. This was my experience. I don't like to invalidate other one's experience, but my experience was that this cable is just fine. Now talking about the headphone, man, look at it. It's just marvelous. Amazing stuff right here. Walnut, wood, metal too, metal, vegan leather. I just have some concerns about this thing right here peeling off in the future, but we will see. The suspension strap system is amazing. The comfort, a very comfy headphone. It shares the weight in your head perfectly because of the suspension strap. Look the attention to detail right here. The Meze logo, everything. The open back nature. This is metal too, this is metal too. I think there is nothing of plastic right here. Maybe, let me check it. Yeah, this is plastic. But everything otherwise is metal and everything is self-serviceable. If you need to take it off and use other parts, they sell it on their site. This headphone is all self-serviceable and you can fix any kind of problem with this. The pads are amazing, velvet pads, very comfortable, very comfy. My only complaint about this kind of earpads is that they can get pretty hot in the summer. Now that we have talked about the construction and comfort, which are amazing, probably the best aspect of the headphone and the best comfort and construction in the price point, we gotta talk about the overall tonality, about the sound signature and about the technical aspects of the sound signature, because $800 is a lot of money. There are a lot of amazing headphones in this price point that we will compare to Meze 109, and I gotta say guys, I brought 109 and sold 105 with some fear of the treble. It's not fear of the dark, fear of the treble, because I have seen a lot of feedback about this headphone that the treble is very bright, fatiguing, and I do enjoy a good old-fashioned treble head headphone, but I got a lot of sensibility. If the headphone has a lot of spikes, for example, like bare dynamic headphones, I can tolerate it. But if the highs are just raised up in a good fashion manner, without a lot of dips and peaks, without a lot of contrast, I can enjoy a lot the headphone. And I gotta say, this thing right here, love in the first hearing. Man, I felt in love with this headphone in the first music. I loved Meze 105 too, and I was very worried again about the treble of this headphone, and there were some things in my mind like, or the treble will enhance even more the experience, or it will mess up the complete experience, and is it a worth upgrade? For me at least it was. Man, this treble is very well done, with a lot of information, a lot of air, a lot of beneficial points to the sound signature compared with 105. For my taste, we gotta talk about taste, because there are a lot of treble, well done treble, yes, but very treble headphone. But let's discuss the overall tonality, and we will talk treble later in the review. The tonality reminds me a lot of 105, which makes a lot of sense. They both share the same frequency response chart. If you look to the bass, through the mid-range is almost the same thing. And the interesting thing is that they both use almost the same driver, but the coating on Meze 109 is better. It's a beryllium coated, and there isn't that cloth over the driver. It's a naked driver, so the treble can sparkle a lot more and can breathe a lot more. But the mids and the bass is almost the same. I can feel a little more dynamic in the bass in the Meze 109, which can be placebo. I don't know. I don't know if it's the beryllium coat or not. And the mids are more detailed and open in the 109 because of the treble, but they are very similar besides, again, the treble. So the general tonality is a very lively sound signature with a lot of punch in the bass. The bass is so dynamic, man. The bass is almost as dynamic as focal headphones to my ears. A lot of more dynamics as the planers from Hifiman, so on and so forth. So for under $1,000, if you're looking for sheer dynamic and slam, look first for focal with focal Ilir. Ilir has a lot of punch, focal clear too, but Ilir is amazing in this department. And then look for the Meze headphones. So this punchness, this liveness to the bass is a major signature of Meze. Going to the mids, we have natural mids, but with enhancements, with the warmth from the bass and the airiness of the treble. So it's a very beautiful presentation, a very melodic and artistic representation of the music. It's not a linear or neutral sound signature. But let's begin with the bass. The overall tonality is this, a very energetic and lively headphone, and the bass of course plays a huge role in the sound signature. It has, as I said, a lot of slam, but not only slam, it has an amazing extension. For an open back headphone, man, the extension is almost flawless. I can hear every note of the sub-bass region. The sub-bass is not boosted, but it can go very deep and can rumble a lot. There is an album from Massive Attack, Mezzanine, the name, which is such an amazing album to test the bass region because of the rumbling part of some songs like Angel. This headphone can rumble a lot for an open dynamic, it's just nuts. 105 can too, and there are also the dynamics for something like Inertia Creeps, which this headphone can deliver with, man, effortless. A lot of speed in the bass, a lot of dynamics, a lot of extension, and a lot of texture. This is one of the best bass dynamic bass in the price point, at least to my ears. Now talking about the mids, the mid-range is very beautiful because it got a lot of warmth from the bass, which is very inviting, very cozy, a very cozy kind of sound signature for vocal males, for example, and a very natural timbre. And the female vocals can sound very open, delicate, airy because of the open treble, so it can play both roles with an amazing maestry. You can hear vocal males with a lot of warmth and texture, and female vocals too. The same thing with instruments, for example, heavier riffs of guitar, for example, in the Mirror from Dream Theater. There are a lot of texture, weight in the guitar. And for something more delicate, for example, Dreaming from Wing Malmsteen, which is a more delicate and airy kind of guitar, it can handle it very well too. It's an amazing sound signature in the mid-range. I think that it could be better. It could be better. There are some headphones with more natural and more intimate vocals like Sennheiser HD600, but again, since this has enhanced treble and bass, the mid-range gotta suffer a little bit because of it. But overall, the mid-range never disappoints, at least to me. It can sound very detailed, can sound very cozy. Now pay attention to me, the treble. The treble is the selling factor of this headphone. You will buy it and you will sell it because of the treble, or you will love it because of the treble. The bass is amazing, the mid-range, very good, amazing stuff right here. The technical performance of the headphone is amazing too, but the treble is the point of concern or the best part of the headphone, depends on your ears. Man, it got a lot of treble, not a lot of treble, but it has boosted treble in the airy region. Meze 105 has more lower treble, which gives a lot of texture to some instruments. But in my review of 105, you can check the review, I said that I would enjoy more 105 if it had a tad more air and extension in the presentation. And this is exactly what 109 does. So to me, I do prefer 109 over 105 because of the technical performance, which is better, and because of the lively treble. I do enjoy a lively treble when well done. You gotta know how much you can endure treble and where, exactly where. I can't endure a lot of lower treble and upper mids. Man, I don't like upper mids. To my ears, if the headphone has a lot of upper mids, it can sound very metallic, aggressive and forward. And if it has a lot of lower treble, it can sound very sibilant. To my ears, my sensibility. You gotta know your sensibility. So this guy right here has a lot of treble and upper treble, which to my ears is just amazing, man. A lot of information, a lot of air, the soundstage is amazing, and it doesn't fatigue me at all, but it's a very glaring, a very bright headphone overall, and this just enhances the experience to me. Now let's go for the comparisons. First of all, planers, Hifiman Arya, which is the better planer in this price point. Hifiman Arya right now is cheaper, $600, so very interesting, very tough competition right here. In construction, man, Meze is better all the way, comfort's better, construction is better, sturdiness better, man, everything, quality control better from Meze too. So there's this point. Meze 109 is a very easy to drive headphone. Hifiman Arya is not as easy, but when we talk about sound performance, overall, Hifiman Arya is the better headphone in the technical performance and even in the tonal performance. But to my taste, 109 is better. It's a very subjective matter. Let's go. Hifiman Arya is a very neutral sound signature, has a very neutral sound signature with enhanced treble, a neutral, bright sound signature. The technical performance of Arya is better. Better soundstage, better detail retrieval, better layering, better instrumental separation. So all these technical things about the treble and the mids are better in Hifiman Arya. The bass is better on 109 to my ears. Arya has more texture and can go lower, deeper in the sub bass, but Meze 109 has a lot of slam and warmth, which I do enjoy a lot. Now, the X factor. What is the X factor? Something that you can't measure. The X factor for me in Meze 109 is that it has some kind of soul, some kind of personality that I do love. And Hifiman's headphone, for me, I don't know why, but after some time they sound kind of soulless. I don't know if anybody in the comment section will talk about it, but some planers can sound very soulless, because I think it is because of the lack of dynamics in the bass. I don't know if it's because of the neutral bright sound signature. The 109 has the bass to make it more balanced. I don't know, but there is this X factor that always make me love something from Hifiman, but sell it after 1 or 2 months. Now talking about focal. I do love Ilir. Focal Ilir can compete with 109 in the sound signature, has better bass in my opinion, has an amazing treble, but the construction, man, I gotta give it to Meze. I had Focal Ilir, I had Focal Clear, all of them had driver failures after some time, so I can't recommend Focal Clear and Focal Ilir. So I will recommend 109, but Focal Ilir is a very good contender, amazing headphone, I just love the sound signature. And about Focal Clear, I prefer Meze 109 because of the mids. I think that Focal Clear mid-range is a tad metallic and fatiguing, and 109 is better. The interesting thing about both is that I've seen a lot of people talking about how fatiguing 109 can be because of the treble, and other people talking about how clear can be fatiguing and 109 not, because the regions that are boosted are different. Right here is the upper treble, and in Focal Clear it's the mid-range. The upper mid-range, for example, which can sound very fatiguing, very glaring and metallic if you have sensibility for this region, which is my case. I do enjoy more 109. Now comparing it with Meze stuff, Meze 99 Classics, for example, the first one, man, I gotta do this comparison because a lot of people think that 109 is a 99 Classics open back, but man, they share only the name and the construction. They are very similar in the name, 109, 99, and they are very similar in the construction. You can see the headband is the same thing, the walnut cups, but 109 of course is open back, but the driver is different and the sound signature very different. 99 Classics is a very fun experience with a lot of bass, a lot of mid bass, a lot of thump. The bass bleeds to the mid range. It's a very fun experience, a very bossy and bassy headphone, and 109 is not like that. 109 has bass, has a lot of dynamics, but it's a way more controlled and natural bass region, and the mid-range is way more natural and open. The highs too, very different experiences, which makes sense. One is open back, the other one closed back. Now comparing it to 105, which one's better? $400 versus $800, and I gotta say, construction, both are amazing, but of course it costs the double, and there are more premium elements in 109. But the interesting thing is that 105 has the same comfort, the same appeal in the beauty, and although not as premium in the material, it is very premium too. It is very sturdy, so I gotta give a lot of points to 105 because it is almost as good, and I give credit to 109 because it is more premium. So there you got it. But of course the best bang for the buck is 105. The driver is almost the same, but 105 has the coating over the driver, the cloth over the driver, so it is way less trebly, and a lot of people are enjoying more 105, which makes a lot of sense. It's a very fatiguing free headphone, very inviting as 109, but without the treble, without the sparkness in the treble. So it's a very relaxing, a very soothing kind of headphone with amazing bass, a lot of dynamics and thump in the bass just as 109, and a lovely mid-range. So which one is better? Man, bang for the buck, 105. Construction, 109, but 105 not a lot behind. Now sound signature, it depends. I do enjoy 109 more. A lot of people prefer 105 more. Technical performance, 109 is better because of the enhanced treble and because of a little better driver, the better coating at the driver. So there you got it. Best bang for the buck, 105, no discussion at all. But if you have the money, if you love treble, if you are looking for something more detailed, more open in the soundstage, and man, this walnut construction is just amazing. 109 makes a lot of sense. If you have 105 and are looking for an upgrade, 109 is better, at least to my ears. Guys, hope you have enjoyed this review. If you have enjoyed, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. This kind of review takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. I will be more than grateful if you can do it. Love you guys. See you in the next video. See ya!